Ah, Karens. Nowadays they seem to be popping up all over the place, but another good way to describe this video is white fragility. And if that term gets your blood pumping, or boiling if you will, you might be a Karen. Now this lady is trying to claim that she was having a panic attack while the woman who recorded her is standing by the fact that she was only filming to protect herself.
Oh God, no, it's you, now you are, oh my God! You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
A woman who has now been dubbed the Victoria's Secret Karen can be seen in the video that has since gone viral, bursting into tears and at one point even pretending to pass out because another lady started to film her. The woman behind the camera alleged that this Karen tried to hit her, and in the video you can actually see that she 100% at one point did approach and swing towards her phone. The meltdown happened at a Victoria's Secret in Millburn, New Jersey, and the woman filming claims that this Karen nearly attacked her right before she even started recording. The woman behind the camera has been identified as Ijoma Ukenta, and because she is a black woman, she feared that if she didn't record the incident, people would immediately side with the white woman who was essentially hysterically crying, because historically that's exactly what happens. Don't think so? Go look up the story of Emmett Till. He was a 14-year-old African American boy who ended up being lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after he was accused of offending a white woman at the grocery store. But man, how fast did this Karen go from aggressor to suddenly playing the victim once she realized that she was being filmed? The quick change up is really startling as we watch her fall to the ground dramatically, and at one point even chases Ijoma around the store demanding that she stops recording her. Then things get real crazy and the Karen begins to become hysterical. Oddly enough, some of the other shoppers in the store did come to the Karen's defense as Ijoma continued to record. I was actually amazed that the woman filming was able to keep such a calm demeanor throughout this entire thing, even at one point laughing as she says that she just wanted the free panty deal that the store was running. Soon enough though, the police arrived on the scene, but according to them it was actually this so-called Karen that called the cops. The police told the press that the woman explained to them that she was having a panic attack due to the other woman recording her. As soon as she saw the phone go up, her first thought was that this would probably lead to her losing her job. And upon speaking with Ukenta, she asked for them to remove the Karen from the premises, but they refused to do so. The police said that there was no legal precedent to do this, but they did offer Ijoma a courtesy escort to her car and said that she could file a formal complaint, although ultimately she declined the police escort. Apparently there's another video out there that shows Ukenta talking to the cops who didn't actually seem too concerned, as they confirmed that they could not remove the Karen if she didn't want to leave the mall. A couple days after this incident, Ukenta actually went into the police station to complain about the actual officers themselves. She was displeased with the way that they handled the situation, but the department is standing by their stance that their officers acted professionally to defuse the situation. Regardless, an internal investigation is still underway to find out if any punishment is warranted. One other important thing though to note is that even though Ukenta claimed that the Karen lunged at her, the police said that they found no evidence that anyone had actually been struck.
Many stores right now, if not all, are requiring customers to wear a mask upon entering their store due to the COVID-19 virus that is still spreading. One woman in California was not allowed into the store after refusing to wear a mask, and she did the unthinkable. A Verizon wireless store in California had to let a woman know about their policy of wearing a mask inside of their store, and they had no idea that it would cause such chaos. I don't even know if chaos is the right word, honestly. This is straight up a nightmare, a disgrace, the worst possible day at work ever. According to a report made by a police dispatch operator in Roseville, 3 people were refusing to leave the store because they were not wearing masks and refused to put one on or leave. A few minutes later, this is what the dispatch operator reports. I quote, "They're calling back and advertising that the female is pulling down her pants and is now urinating inside the business." Let's all just take a moment to let that sink in. A woman urinated on the floor in a Verizon wireless store because she didn't want to wear a mask. I'll be damned, okay? This story is like the definition of 2020, like summed up. Like if you go look up 2020 in the dictionary, this story just sums up the entire year. The responding officers arrived on scene and searched the woman and found items in her car that had been stolen from a nearby Dick's Sporting Goods store. So here's my theory. It is possible that she was going to Verizon maybe with the intention of stealing something, and maybe she got so angry because her plan was ruined. Now that is just a shot in the dark. That is my personal opinion. There is no fact to that, but it does sound like a reasonable explanation. A resident who witnessed a disgusting act of urine urination, Michelle Davidson told CBS Sacramento about the incident and said, "That is totally inappropriate. We're not animals. I'm very disappointed that we as a society choose to have this unity and let the virus divide us. I mean, wearing a mask should not be dividing anyone. That's crazy to me." A Verizon rep came forward, Heidi Flatto, and said that the company requires all customers to wear masks inside the store and that this incident wasn't just about the mask. But she would not comment any further after saying that. So I feel like my explanation is a possibility. You know? What kind of world are we living in right now where a woman's reaction to wearing a mask is to drop her pants and pee on the floor?
At this point, when you go into McDonald's, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. You can't pretend like it's some sort of healthy establishment. It's just not. Despite this widespread knowledge, this lady actually sued McDonald's for a choice that she made. This Orthodox Christian woman is suing McDonald's after she declared that one of their banner advertisements featuring a burger and some McNuggets resulted in her breaking her fast. Oh, I didn't realize that when we break our diets, we can legally sue fast food companies. Good to know. This behavior is so indicative of society at large today. So many people have just such an issue with taking personal accountability for their actions and would much rather blame someone for their problems. This Karen from Russia is now suing the chain for a grand total of $14. Yes, $14. This woman apparently had stuck to her period of fasting for Lent for a month, and then she claims that until that time she had successfully gotten through her fasting for the last 16 years. The woman spoke with Russian state media and said that when she saw the McDonald's advertisement banner, she just couldn't help herself, which is a pretty lame excuse if you ask me. She actually claimed to have been lured into indulging McDonald's, which is the entire point of advertisements. However, once she was filled with regrets after breaking her Lent, she decided to sue the chain for breaching consumer protection law and insulting her religious feelings. She goes on to say, "In the actions of McDonald's, I see a violation of the consumer protection law. I ask the court to investigate and, if a violation has taken place, to oblige McDonald's LLC to compensate me for moral damage in the amount of $14. Moral damage? Really? I really hope her lawyer opens up with, "My client was told that she would be loving it, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, but after having a McDonald's meal, she was totally not loving it." Did this lady ever watch Super Size Me? Everyone knows that McDonald's is bad for you. It's like the cigarettes of fast food. It's quick moments of bliss followed by long feelings of regret as its toxic chemicals make their way through your body. We all know this. To be fair, Russian society and culture is much different from the Western world, so if she genuinely had never eaten McDonald's after the bar at 2 a.m., then I understand how she wouldn't be able to expect the regret that she would be feeling the next day. But what world are we living in where when you make a personal choice and then you never have to be held accountable to those actions? I'm sorry, but I don't want to live in a society filled with people who are tying up the legal system because they regret eating a burger last night. Just go for a run like everyone else and tell yourself that you'll do better next time. If anything, that powerful feeling of guilt and regret could be directly attributed to her religion. That's all I'm saying, because we all know how much religion loves making their followers feel guilty for doing, well, anything that's not part of God's plan. Now, I'm not hating on people that want to practice their religion. You have every right to do that, but I also have every right to tell you that it doesn't absolve you from taking responsibility for your own individual actions. If McDonald's was smart, they would run ads in Russia that say, "You're gonna love it so much that you'll break Lent." And according to Russian media outlets, the court date for this preliminary hearing for the case has yet to be set.
A woman who tested positive for COVID went to a nail salon to get her nails done. She told the staff she was COVID free. It wasn't until she got home that she told the nail salon that she had exposed them to COVID. So why did she go get her nails done full well knowing that she had COVID? Well girl, she said she was in desperate need of a manicure. You don't need a manicure that bad, especially not right after testing positive for COVID. Like, you don't. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna get angry at this one. I'm sorry. This one makes me really mad. Just be warned. An angry nail tech named Taylor from Washington is speaking out after an unpleasant and potentially life-threatening experience with a client, or should I say Karen, who lied about testing positive for COVID so she could get her nails done. Here's a screenshot of the text she received after the appointment, which was shared on Facebook on August 4th. "I left my wallet in your room. Can I run back up? Yes, of course, my door is unlocked. I feel really bad and should not have shown up for my appointment, but I desperately needed my nails done. I tested positive for the virus 2 days ago, so please quarantine yourself." I'm so mad. Like, I'm literally so mad. I'm so mad! I'm already so mad, but there's another screenshot. I asked you before you even got here if you had been exposed to the virus, and if you had at any point. You have known that I am immunocompromised and legally wasn't supposed to take your appointment if you did. She responds, I was just desperate to get out of the house. I was in quarantine 2 days. I'm sorry. Wow, 2 days. I needed my nails done so bad. You saw how bad they were. Yep, I'm officially furious. Nobody needs their nails done that bad. Listen, in quarantine, my nails got bad. Everything got bad. Really, really bad. But it's also not like anyone is gonna see your nails because you are in quarantine. I hate this so much. Like, I hate it. I hate it. Obviously, there are different rules on what to do if you've been in contact with COVID-19, but most places you gotta quarantine for 14 days. Taylor, the nail tech, lives in Washington, where people who are going into the nail salon have to screen for signs and symptoms of COVID before arriving. I don't even know what would happen to this person. I feel like it's a crime to go around and knowingly have or spread COVID. Wasn't there a girl who got arrested for doing that at the beginning of the pandemic? Let alone going to a nail tech who is immune compromised while knowingly having COVID? I think that that's a crime. But what do I know? I ain't a lawyer. These are weird times right now, guys. Laws are changing all the time. Laws are different depending on where you live. I don't know if it's a crime, but if it isn't a crime, it should be a crime. Anyways, after Taylor shared this story online, it went really viral. She ended up deleting the post, but in an update on Instagram, Taylor said that she did report the now ex-client of hers. Yesterday, after I posted about this on my Facebook, the world has been up in arms with me and for me. I just want to thank everyone for their support and encouragement. Thank you, The Nail Life and Newness Nails, for getting the word out to others. I can't believe how this literally has spread across the world like wildfire. Let's protect ourselves and each other. If there's anything I've learned in the last 24 hours, there may be a handful of unthoughtful people like this ex-client who did this to me yesterday, but this world is a beautiful place with a whole lot of people in it willing to do what's right. Keep on being good to others, and let's kick this virus out of here. For everyone who keeps commenting, she has been reported. I cannot keep up with all the comments on Facebook and here with everyone saying that. Thank you. Well, she definitely made me a little less mad with that. Karen strikes again. Another woman caused chaos inside of Panera Bread after employees refused to serve her for not wearing a mask. But her reasoning for it is something so ridiculous that the internet cannot stop talking about it. So I am basically the Karen police right now because I recently covered another Karen story about a woman who urinated on a store floor because she did not want to wear a face mask. If you guys missed that story, make sure to go check it out after, because I'm telling you, it is worth the watch. It is just as bad, if not worse, than this one. But I am on to these Karens who seem to be causing a ton of chaos wherever they go, and on my watch, they are not gonna get away with it. We gonna talk about it. Our world has been facing a pandemic after the COVID-19 virus started spreading like rapid fire. Just across the US alone, more than 4 million cases have been confirmed and 145,000 deaths. Because of this, stores are requiring people to wear a mask upon entering to protect any germs from spreading. But we are quickly seeing that there are two types of people in this world right now. Number one, those who see the rationale in wearing masks, and number two, those who see it as a hassle, aka the Karens. The latest Karen to emerge was in California when she went into a Panera Bread location and had a mask in her hand but not on her face. Other customers started asking why she didn't have her mask on, and she claimed that it is pointless and it does not protect you from anything. So the customer and the Karen got into a filming match and both started recording each other.
You think that mask is going to protect you? You fart off that mask so you can smell it?
Dude, just grow up.
You think that mask is going to protect
Just grow up. Grow up and get out. Thank you.
For the record, I am referring to her as Karen because she actually is unnamed as of right now. In the video clip, you can see that she is refused service by the cafe staff because she is not wearing a face covering. She asks the staff member, "So you're not gonna serve me because I'm not wearing a mask?" They respond by confirming this information and reiterating that it is part of their policy. In the video, she has a mask in her hand, which we later found out was actually given to her by the staff because she first walked into the store without one, so they provided her with one. You're welcome, Karen. But she took things too far when she started blowing air from her mouth into the customer's face as she laughed at them. Like, she literally was like full out blowing. Disgusting. At this point, they are basically just telling her to grow up and other vulgar things that I cannot say on YouTube. And as she's leaving the store, she ends with one final remark to try and prove her point, and that is that a mask does not protect you. Her statement was that you fart out of your butt and you can still smell it through your pants, so a mask is not going to protect you. Karen, I mean, can we really compare a fart to a virus that has killed over 600,000 people worldwide? But honestly guys, she was dead serious. Like, she really thought she was like proving a point with this one. An employee came forward and said that the woman ended up threatening them after that. The employee named Henry told Newsweek, after she left, she threatened to come back with her husband. She was provided a disposable mask by us, which is shown in the video, but she refused to put it on. A spokesperson for Panera Bread also came forward and said that the health and safety of their employees and customers is their top priority, and that they are committed to following the COVID guidance that was given to them in the state of California. I've been seeing a lot of these videos on the internet right now. There is a huge debate with these face mask requirements. Some people are actually protesting across the world right now, saying that the requirements of a mask are a sign of oppression and that the government is trying to control us.
Karens seem to be everywhere these days, and over the weekend a Karen was caught on camera going crazy in a Barnes & Noble of all places. A TikTok showing what happened is now going viral. You can see the Karen screaming for her money back while knocking things over at the register. We don't know what happened beforehand, but all you can hear is the woman screaming, quote, "Give me my effing money now, bitch. Give me my money.
Give me your f***ing money!"
Then we're not sure if she got her money back or not, but she walks away still screaming, but decides to knock over a bunch of stuff on a table before she leaves. Some text that was on the video claimed that the woman was also making racist and homophobic remarks before they started filming. The person that filmed the TikTok answered some questions about the encounter afterwards. They responded saying that nothing justified what happened, but apparently the woman was confronted for taking bags from behind the register. I don't really know what that means, but crazy Karens.
Oh wow.
And that right there is $100,000.
A woman in California is claiming she's owed half the money a Starbucks barista has received through GoFundMe because they're using her name to profit. If you've yet to hear about the incident, a woman named Amber Lynn Gillies, who is now being referred to as Karen, allegedly claimed she didn't need to wear a mask in a Starbucks, which is legally required in the state of California. After barista Lennon Gutierrez asked Amber if she had a mask, she allegedly flipped him off, started swearing at people while calling everyone sheep, and said she doesn't need a mask. Amber then left the store, returned shortly after, took a picture of Lennon, and claimed she'd be calling corporate. That's like the classic Karen move. Amber's story would go viral after a Facebook post, but now she's likely regretting her decision, as it seems she's been getting a lot of hate, while Lennon has been getting a lot of praise. It seems the whole ordeal started when Amber from San Diego posted the photo of Lennon to her Facebook account. On June 22nd, she posted the photo and captioned it, "Meet Lennon from Starbucks, who refused to serve me because I'm not wearing a mask. Next time I will wait for cops and bring a medical exemption." Now, it wouldn't be long before Amber's post would go viral, but it seems Amber, who is anti-vaccine and claims that masks actually don't do anything at all, didn't expect to receive the response that she did. Aside from the backlash she received from people on her own Facebook post, she's claiming Lennon is now profiting off of slandering her name. But here's what actually happened. After hearing about the story, a complete stranger, Matt Cowan, decided to set up a GoFundMe page as a way to show support for Lennon. The page was titled, "Tips for Lennon Standing Up to a San Diego Karen," and truth be told, Cowan wasn't expecting much to come of it. Speaking with ABC, Cowan explained, "I set it at $1,000 thinking that was a reach, but we would be lucky if we hit $250, and when we hit $100, I was overwhelmed by that. Fast forward to mid-July, and at the time of this recording, the campaign has raised over $105,000. The campaign is no longer accepting donations, but on July 6th, as per the campaign's updates, the $100,000 was delivered to Lennon in cash. On July 9th, a YouTube video was uploaded showing Lennon actually receiving the money in cash and thanking everyone who donated. He went on to explain that he loves to dance and is planning on donating some of the money to charity while using the rest to pay for his education. But as we know, Karens don't just strike once, they stick by their decisions. And that's exactly what Amber here has been doing, calling out anyone and everyone who has tried to criticize her. But now it seems she's taken things one step further and is telling news outlets that she's entitled to half the money that Lennon has received, so approximately $50,000. Why, may you ask? Because they're using her name and image to profit. Although she kind of did it to herself, so I'm not really sure what the argument here really is. Now, with that being said, I always like to show both sides of the story, or both perspectives. Amber claims she does have a medical condition, according to a local Fox affiliate news station. Speaking with them, Amber said it was discrimination and everybody is okay with it and enabling and rewarding that behavior. When speaking on why she doesn't wear masks, Amber talked about her symptoms. If you'd call them that. One of them, I get shortness of breath, dizziness, and it messes with the heartbeat. And I do have asthma as well, and I do get mask acne. So there's several things going on, and not only that, but it doesn't even work. Now I will say there have been multiple medical professionals and scientists who have made videos proving that the mask does not restrict oxygen or airflow. And by multiple medical professionals and scientists, I mean I watched a video Bill Nye the Science Guy made. On a more serious note, it seems Amber, who is clearly anti-mask, simply felt she was above the law and is now trying to backtrack and get sympathy from people. However, Amber provided the Fox affiliate with 2 documents apparently proving that she does indeed have a medical condition. One was from a 2015 pelvic exam, and the other is a handwritten note from a local chiropractor. The note reads, Amber has underlying breath conditions that prevent her from wearing a mask or any type of facial covering whatsoever. Please contact me if have any questions. However, as per the Fox affiliate, when they reached out to the chiropractor, he said he could not speak on her situation. When they asked Amber why a chiropractor would give her a medical exemption regarding her breathing, she said, because they are dedicated to providing non-invasive personalized care and treatment. They are real doctors. And when asked if she would like to apologize or has a message for the public, she said, no, absolutely not. I feel like I need the apology. I've been discriminated against. I'm the one who's sick. She has since set up her own GoFundMe campaign in hopes of raising money for a legal team to help her get half the money donated to Lennon. At the time of this recording, she has raised $285 of the $5,000 goal. But the people donating are mostly leaving negative comments and calling her names. Unfortunately, Amber has also allegedly been receiving death threats, and while speaking with NBC said, I never threatened him, I just called him out on his actions. I never threatened him, and I've received death threats. Thousands. It's very upsetting. It's very scary. Now I think it's clear where I stand regarding this situation. Wear a mask and don't be ignorant. That being said, if someone genuinely has a medical condition where they can't wear a mask, I respect that. Seems in this case, Amber has very strong beliefs, including the ideology that masks are ineffective, and considering how one of the conditions she mentioned was mask acne, I'm having a tough time, sympathizing with her. Also, the fact that she capped it off with, it doesn't even work, leads me to believe that she just doesn't want to wear a mask. Still, I don't think anyone should ever be harassed and sent death threats. Regardless of your beliefs, this is a mother with 3 kids. And I'm not defending her actions in any way, but it's important to realize that saying and doing things can affect the family as a whole, not just Amber. Then again, Amber not wearing a mask could continue the spread of the virus, which has killed over 500,000 people worldwide, so it's kind of like a double standard.